Hello, guys. So in this session, we are going to discuss a very important topic that have immense relevant to our society's future, which is artificial intelligence or AI. Okay, so we will be seeing how it's set to reshape our social structures and individuals and individual identities and individual relations and everything in profound ways. Okay, so if you look at from sociological point of view, AI is not just a technological advancement. So people will try to see that only in terms of technological advancement, only in terms of efficiency. But if you see from a sociological perspective, this it's very transformative, and it's a bigger transformative force, and that can redefine our relationship, our work environment, and the social hierarchies also. So for example, relationship within family. Now, let's say it can be used positively and negatively also. If you see, there may be a lot of advantage in time. So you will be getting more time to spend with your family. That's a positive. We'll also talk about negative, and then work environment. Okay. And then when it comes to social hierarchies, those who have access to technology and know the use of technology, they will again go higher. So we can say we have discussed about stratification, right? We discussed about class stratification, gender stratification, and caste based, and many different dimensions we discussed, many different types we discussed. So can we say because of AI, there can be a new different the type of stratification, which I can name as digital stratification, which is a digital divide, where the dimension is technology. When you have access to technology and you know how to use technology, you can move to the higher level compared to those who have no skill, right? So that's what I mean by social hierarchy. So that's exactly what we are going to explore. I'll try to bring in almost all the perspectives which is possible, but you need to select hardly three, four important ones which you feel more comfortable, like functionalism, conflict, or Marxist perspective. Whatever you feel comfortable from, I have around 11, 12 perspectives and dimensions which I've brought in here. So it's your choice that what you need to take and use in your exam. So guys, let me share the PPT. Right. Okay. So I hope you can see the screen. Okay. So let's continue, guys. See, to start with, we can consider Durkheim's concept of anomie. So that's the first one which I want to discuss, because that you can directly resonate with, and it is directly connected with your theory also, that you can mention in your theory also, this as an example. See, when it comes to what is anomie? Anomie refers to a state of normlessness. Okay. And we have seen different situation, and here we can consider the state of normlessness that occur when there is a rapid social change, and that rapid social change disrupt the societal norms and values. So there is a rapid social change, and that disrupt the societal norms and values, and there is a total normlessness prevail in society. So can I say AI is a rapid social change? It's not a slow change or evolution. It is bringing faster change, right? So if you see AI, by introducing that kind of drastic changes, not only to work, in social interactions, it can push society into an anomic state. So see, when I talk about anomie, means the existing norms and values may not be able to be, compete within the existing structure. So imagine a future that, in a future where traditional jobs vanish due to automation, that leave individuals without any sense of purpose or clear social norms to follow. Right. So at least at the lower level, if you see the automation have started, and everywhere it is almost automated at the lower level. But there are areas where skill is required. There only, even in future also, the job opportunity will be there. So imagine that kind of what kind of disruption it can cause, and what kind of social interaction it will result into. So this disruption can create a sense of alienation, as people will struggle to adapt to an AI dominated world that no longer feels similar. So sudden transformation is coming. Everything is changing suddenly. The interaction is changing, right? Social interaction is changing. So people will find it very difficult to adapt to this new situations. Even in the company where you're working also, there will be huge competition, which you see. Those who know AI, those who don't know AI. Right. So like that, you will be seeing a kind of normlessness because of this drastic change. So that's the first perspective that you can mention. Now let's also discuss about Marxian perspective. See, AI can be seen as a powerful tool in the hands of those who control the means of production. What I said, this is a powerful tool in the hands of those who control the means of production. So if you look at Marx theory on class struggle, it highlights how technology often serves the interest of the upper class or the capitalist class or the bourgeois, right? So AI, who's going to get the maximum advantage of this productivity? They can automate, they can reduce the number of jobs, and they can have a very good bargaining power. So all these are the advantage in the hands of the capitalist. Ultimately, this is going to increase the inequality. So AI can create that kind of economic inequality by allowing capitalists to replace the low wage labor with automated process, and also give the capitalist a very big bargaining power. And the workers may have to work with a very, very less salary even compared to before. But at the same time, inflation is going up. Okay. So the job opportunities will go down. So more people are seeking job, but opportunity is less, ultimately leading to a greater bargaining power in the hands of the job provider. Okay. So this can further deepen the class divide, as only those who have access to the skills, access to the technology, they will get the job now. So AI skill is very much required. Okay, so those who have that skill and those who have the resources, they will benefit, not others. So others might struggle to find employment and maintain that economic stability. So you can mention this can create a deeper inequality in society. Those who have the means of those who have the control over means of production, they control AI also in their favor. Okay. Can we also now discuss about structural strain theory or system theory? Right. Let me move on to system theory. See, if you look at system theory by Parsons, Talcott Parsons, it provides another view to examine AI's influence on societal function. So, in a system where each part has its role, now when it comes to AI disrupt the balance, right? So AI will perform, in fact, all the roles, and it is actually disrupting that balance, and it is introducing that automation across the subsystems. Like if you see subsystems, economic system, political, social system, and all those subsystems which are taking different activities and maintaining the functioning of the system. But now, because of the level of automation which is brought in within the subsystems, like family, like economy, education, so the kind of disruption it is going to create will be difficult. So again, AI will redefine the work than what we have seen in the system, and the traditional family structure might also change. Okay, so see, joint family to nuclear family, now we don't know what kind of family. We have discussed many types of family also, but when it comes to AI, again, the changes are happening. It can even give more time to establish back that joint family also, because AI is giving more efficiency and saving a lot of time. That is a positive actually. So see, the time constraints are reducing. Uh, the shifting roles within households also you will be seeing. And this systemic disruption may not be inherently negative also. So that's what I'm talking about. It is not necessarily negative, but it forces society to consider or reconsider the long-standing norms and adapt to new structural realities. So that is what we are talking about. It is not necessarily negative. It can create negative aspect that we discussed in the conflict perspective, but it can be positive also, as it can make save your time, and that will be used for many, for example, women who can save the time that they can use for their economic betterment also. Okay, so now let's look at from the perspective of alienation. So here we are going to talk about how this will, can enhance your creativity. At the same time, it will reduce your creativity also. Okay, so someone who use AI to enhance the creativity, they feel ultimate job satisfaction. Others, everything is done by AI, then they feel, lost everywhere. They don't have any sense of job satisfaction, and they will be not expressing their creativity, and they will be alienated. So let's look at that way also. See, guys, when discussing alienation, it's very relevant Marx concept of alienation, which is connected with creativity. See, repetitive task is automated when it comes to AI. So if you see at the lower level or any repetitive task which is going to be automated, so AI has the potential to reduce the feelings of alienation among workers by allowing them to engage in more meaningful and creative tasks. So AI in one way can enhance creativity, but If you completely depending on AI for everything, there is no creativity from your side. You just create a prompt and AI is doing everything. So then that will, reduce the creativity, and then you will be alienated. So on one side, AI can give you extreme job satisfaction. On the other side, no satisfaction. On one side, you will be alienated. On the other side, you will be feeling, sense of, accomplishment. So there are also the risk that many individuals could feel entirely displaced if they are unable to find roles that suit their skills. So, see, there are skills where by using AI, you can make it to extreme level. But there are skills where if you cannot use AI, then again, they will also feel alienated. Okay, so there will be a comparison also which can come. So, see, while AI can make work more fulfilling for some, it risks, excluding a significant portion of society, especially those who are at the low skilled job. So that comparison again you can make. Now coming to feminist perspective, you cannot afford to miss this. See, I already told about how female can benefit, but at the same time, when we discuss right in a feminist perspective, slightly we try to highlight more of negative also. There are positive, but at the same time, yes, we accept that there is a positive, that there are no problem with time poverty, and then that time can be spent for economic betterment. But AI is, in most of the cases, what if by using a feminist perspective, what if I'm saying that it is defined and decided and designed in such a way that it is going to help the males more than female? That's how you will be introducing the feminist perspective. So let's look at that also. Yeah, this algorithmic bias. AI system may perpetuate gender bias if not properly addressed. Okay, so let's look at that. For example, see guys, challenges is there, opportunity is there for female, right? So on one hand, if you see automation in household tasks may reduce the time poverty, which we discussed already, and that disproportionately affect women in normally. So now because of AI, that will allow women to participate more, right? And in the society and in other job also. And others can also contribute in household work. So there are a lot of advantages. That time poverty is lost now. You don't want to tell that entire time is spent on households. Most of the things now can be automated, so things will be going in their favor. That is a positive. But there is a concern that AI algorithms, it is often developed by male-dominated fields, right? And it can reinforce existing gender bias. That's the sentence that you can cut, copy, paste. Okay, so AI algorithm often developed in male-dominated fields and could reinforce the existing gender bias, because we are talking in a feminist perspective here. So for example, if you see AI system trained on data biased towards male voices have struggled to recognize female voices accurately. There are a lot of examples for that, and highlighting how embedded biases can persist in AI technology. Now coming to symbolic interactionism, let me go faster now because enough perspective is already covered. Now, symbolic interactionism means identity. So it also gives us valuable insights if you use symbolic interactionist perspective to understand AI. Guys, now remember, they will ask you why I'm giving so much of perspective, because they can ask you understand or by using a feminist perspective, you need to analyze AI. Or by using symbolic interactionist perspective, analyze AI. Or functionalist perspective, analyze AI. Or system theory, analyze AI. Like that, they will ask you questions. Use this perspective. Then what you need to do, that's why I'm doing it like this, okay? And each slide in itself is an answer for you. So if you look at identity and work, it is connected normally, right? Our jobs are fundamental part of, how we identify ourselves and relate to others. So we say doctor, that's a job, and we connect it with others. We relate it with others, and we compare it with others. So we identify that with, ourselves, the job that we do. So when it comes to automation with AI, many roles, there is a shift in how people view work. Right. So instead of seeing work as merely a means to earn a living, individuals may begin to pursue careers that allow them to express creativity and expertise with the help of AI. So this shift can lead to a new form of self-identification and can change the symbolic meaning of work in the society. So the meaning of work itself can be changed. It's not only a subsistence, or it's not only for making a living. It is for expressing creativity. That way you can change the meaning of work itself. So the symbolic meaning of work itself can be changed, and the way self-identification also will be changed. Otherwise, you identify yourself as a doctor or a teacher or an engineer, but now this shift can lead to a new form of self-identification and change the symbolic meaning of cut, copy, paste, copy, not down this line. Okay. So now digital divide, don't you, just before I've discussed, right? Digital divide, there can be a new type of stratification, new dimension of stratification. What is the type? Digital divide or digital stratification. What is the dimension here? Technology. So those who know technology, those who don't know technology, those who have access to technology, those who don't have access to technology. So when you discuss about class stratification, that's a type. What is the dimension there? Income, education, etc. So here, what is the type? The digital stratification. What is the dimension? Technology. Access or no access. So again, it will create digital divide. I don't think more explanation is required now. It's already done. So it can further stratify society based on access to technology. Those with access to AI tools are likely to benefit the most, and those without such access may fall behind. That will again worsen the existing social inequalities further and deeper. Okay, so the digital divide can intensify social stratification as technological literacy become essential in the fields, in many fields, and making it harder for marginalized group to keep up with the social and societal advancements and the technological advancements. So the inequality go deeper and deeper, because the way you, so for compare yourself, the way you can catch up with technology, think about the marginalized people, how they can catch up with the technology like the way you are. Even you are a middle class. Okay. Now coming to ideological. Now again, if you say another positive is between middle class and upper class, the access is almost equal. So that divide can get reduced also if you can effectively use this, and you can also become rich so faster because you can do 10 times of what otherwise you can do and can become a millionaire or billionaire faster. Someone who have taken 10 years before to do certain things, now you can do it in 1 year. Okay, now ideological conditioning, very important. Let's look at the next slide. Guys, there's an overlooked aspect, that's the ideological conditioning, which is going to happen through AI. See, AI's influence on information and media can subtly shape ideologies also, as AI systems curate content and responses based on programmed preferences. So everything is programmed. Now, if you see Google also, you can keep AI as your default search engine, right? So see, it has significant implications. So individuals increasingly turn to AI systems like ChatGPT or Siri for knowledge instead of traditional sources. And now you're not looking into books or anything. So the inherent perspective, what they want to convey, or what they want you to consume is what you're consuming, or what they want you to understand is what you're understanding. So the perspective, what they want you to have is what they are giving. Yes or no? Yeah, that's why. So that, they are controlling the information you see. They are controlling the information that you consume, that they're controlling the information that you're grasping, and that's how they are shaping your mind. So ideological conditioning. Okay, so AI may influence public opinion and also reinforce certain ideologies intentionally or otherwise. If you want, you can write it as unintended consequences. You might be able to write it as, if you don't want to write ideological conditioning as intended, you can say unintended consequences. Perfect. Where you'll write that under Merton, latent and manifest function. In that, you can say it is an unintended outcome, consequence. Let's also look at phenomenology. If they ask you to evaluate by using phenomenological perspective, okay? So guys, all these are discussed in the class. I'll give you the link in the description in case if you are looking for the course, you can take the course. Everything is clearly discussed over there. So if you look at a phenomenological perspective, AI also face limitation in truly understanding the human context. So see, AI can give you answers and everything. You ask what is a square plus b square, they'll give you the answer. You ask 1 plus 2, what is the answer? But AI don't know the context. AI don't have the emotion. AI don't know the culture. That's very important. That again, we need to highlight. So it's not going to help you understand things. It's something which is objective, not subjective, but sociology is subjective. Emotions are subjective, right? So AI don't know the context. So that's what you need to mention. So AI systems may process vast amount of data in short period of time, but not with the context. They lack the understanding of social and emotional context that the humans process. or possess. So, for example, if you see an AI can recognize patterns in behavior, but it cannot fully grasp cultural or emotional, ideas. So that's an inability, right? So this inability to understand the human context is significant limitation of AI, as that won't give you social understanding properly. So social understanding requires more than just data. It requires empathy. It requires situational awareness. It need to have done in a clear context. A contextual understanding is very much required. Let's look at risk society, Beck's concept. Okay, so what if they ask related to that? This again is very relevant. Ulrich Beck's concept of the risk society, highly relevant when discussing AI. So you cannot afford to miss it. So that's why I kept it towards the end. See, AI system introduce new forms of risk, what including privacy concern, security vulnerabilities, ethical dilemma about machine autonomy. The machine is getting entire autonomy. Think about the privacy concerns. You see, look at the videos which are coming out, which is done by deep fake videos, right? So by using AI. Okay, so society must grapple with these uncertainties as we are uncertain of the full impact AI might have on areas like environmental sustainability, social well-being, or even personal autonomy like that. So how can we conclude? Now, let me conclude. So, guys, I hope you got very good idea about AI in its sociological perspective. We discussed multiple dimensions and covered all the different possible perspective, right from Marxism to alienation to, structural strain to system theory to Durkheim's perspective to anomie and everything unintended consequence and phenomenology, everything we covered. So, because all these are discussed in the actual class, so that's the reason why I'm going faster because I hope you can understand things easily. So finally, we should consider the concept of technological determinism, which basically suggests that technology drives social change in ways that may be unpredictable. So technology leads to social change, which is unpredictable, and AI represents a new frontier of this theory. So as it has the potential to redefine what we consider normal at this point of time, it may not be. So it can redefine everything, what we consider normal, whether in work, whether in education, and even in personal relationship. It can strain the relationship, it can improve the relationship. Okay, so the Industrial Revolution basically altered social structures profoundly at that point of time. Similarly, now AI can shape our future society in unforeseen ways, in a totally unexpected ways, and we cannot predict, underscoring the need for thoughtful and inclusive policies to navigate these changes and these challenges. Maybe a new discipline have to come beyond sociology to explain these changes and challenges and to predict the future. Just like after Industrial Revolution, sociology emerged, right? So like that, it was post-industrialization and pre-industrialization like that. Now it can be pre-AI and post-AI. So let's see. Okay, so see, guys, the sociological impact of AI are very complex and multifaceted, and that you have understood and you have realized and you have learned. Now, if you get a question on AI, how can you miss this perspective, guys? Normally, see, it's not about you got a question and you will write from your imagination. No, that's not the case. Whatever I have mentioned, this is what you need to reproduce. All what you need to do is this. It's over. So AI may provide significant benefits, but it also poses a risk of inequality, alienation, loss of control over certain social domains. So as sociologists, it is very crucial to examine these implications holistically and recognizing both the transformative potential and ethical challenges AI presents. So by understanding AI through a sociological lens, what is the advantage? We can work towards ensuring that its development aligns with socially equitable and inclusive future. So guys, that's about this session. Thank you so much for attending. In case if you're looking for the course or mentorship, you can get in touch. I'll give you the link in the description. See you guys.